The bandsaw screamed through the black walnut, 2 inches of dark heartwood giving way in a violent shudder. The sound swallowed everything, even the angry buzz of my phone against my hip. Sawdust hung in the air, sweet like burnt sugar, sharp like dry earth. It coated my tongue, the honest taste of work. Not thinking, my thumb followed the fresh edge, smooth, glass smooth, perfect. Then the steel fire door crashed open. High heels struck concrete. Sharp, uneven. Natalia. She stood framed in the yellow loading lines. Camel cashmere coat, flawless hair. A polished jewel dropped into grit and oil. Her hazel eyes, usually so precise, flickered wildly. Hunting an escape route. A crumpled legal envelope trembled in her fist. A white flag, already torn. "I need you to do something insane," she said, voice stretched thin. Almost breaking, I wiped sawdust from my hands. "You're trespassing, Natalia." Hard hat zone, I know. The CEO mask slipped. Her pitch rose, fear leaking through. "Kaizon, I need you to come to dinner with my father tonight, as my husband." Silence fell, thick, heavy. I held her gaze until she swallowed. "Say no." She rushed. "You can say no. I'll find another way." Those small words carried a mountain. I leaned against the slab. "Start over. Why is your father suddenly judging my love life?" She exhaled. Shaky. "Victor's in town. Ritz. Attorney. Acquisition papers for my firm." Her voice tightened like wire. "The trust that keeps my company mine has a clause. He can dissolve it if he proves I'm unstable, reckless, unfit. A settled dinner changes the story. Proof I'm not alone, not exposed." She lifted the envelope. "If I walk in solo, tomorrow he sells everything. Contracts, freedom to choose vendors, your shop included, not love. War, why me? You're the only man who can face Victor Vance and not flinch." Her eyes turned raw. "And you already know my business. You built half of it." I studied her. Bruises under her eyes, knuckles bone white. The woman who scared boardrooms now scared herself. "I'm not your employee. You can't command me." "I know." She nodded hard. "That's why I came here. Not the office. Here, where you can throw me out." Her honesty hit like a dropped hammer. "Fine. 3 hours. Dinner only. No private suites. No keys. No after favors." Her shoulders fell. "Cables cut." "Thank you. One condition." Her eyes widened. "Name it." "Friday. You come with me. My world, my friends. No suits, no deals." Why? Offended? Curious. "Because if I'm lying to your father, I need to know you can drop the mask." 2 hours later, her driver delivered a garment bag. Then she arrived. Her office, glass, chrome, white orchids. She paced. Phone glued to her ear, hung up. Palm slammed the marble desk, holding the whole tower steady. Victor's already there. With his lawyer, of course. She thrust the bag at me. "Put this on. You know my size. I approve your badges." Kaizon, I noticed things. Charcoal Italian wool. It fit like it knew me. Windsor knot. Grandfather's lesson. Mirror showed money. A fraud with steady shoulders. She emerged in dark green. Elegant power. Fabric whispering over curves. My throat closed. "How do I look?" Voice small. "Like you're walking into war." Shaky laugh. "Good." Velvet box. Gold band. Grandmother's. "Victor thinks women are decorations. I want him to choke on forever." The ring spun loose. "Stress," she whispered. "Lost weight." I pulled gray friction tape from my pocket. She stared like I'd drawn blood. I wrapped a strip inside, slid it back. Snug. No play. That is the least romantic thing I've ever seen. Good. Romance breaks. This holds. Le Monarch. Victor waited. Whiskey in hand? Lawyer silent. He didn't rise. Didn't offer a hand. Miller. Don't know the name. Then you don't read your own reports. Dinner turned sharp. Questions like knives, I answered. Calm, tasting real walnut dust on my tongue. You know too much about my daughter's company. I pay attention to what matters to my wife. The word landed hard. Then the salt cellar crashed. Natalia froze. Victor's voice iced over. Clumsy, like your mother. She flinched. I picked up the antique. Hinge pin loose. It's fine. Sterling is soft. Needs care. I levered the pin back. One clean snap. You can't force what's meant to hold. You ruin it. Victor stared at the fixed hinge. Impressive. Under the table. Her hand gripped my knee. Ice cold. Grateful. Later. In the car. Silence buzzed. He bought it. For now. Friday came with sleet. The rusty anchor smelled of yeast and wood smoke. Natalia stepped in. New jeans stiff. Turtleneck black. Boots uncertain. But she was here. I stood. Hands in pockets to keep them still. You found it. Driver did. Smells like yeast. That's the beer. Marco grinned. Trivia night. Nerdy 80s music. She answered like a weapon. Hungry like the wolf. Rio 82. May single. Marco gaped. Unfair. She laughed. Real. Startling herself. Stress lines eased. Her knee touched mine's. Stayed. This place is honest. No one cares who my father is. That's why we're here. Monday. Victor stormed my shop. Photos, invoices, threats. Disappear. Or I ruin you both. Mostly her. I didn't panic. I wrote the termination letter. Sent it. Cut the leverage. Walked into her office at 4:30. She beamed. It's working. I placed the folder down. Rescue plan. Termination. Why? To take away his knife. And us. Voice cracking. There is no us. It was a deal. She grabbed my lapels. Don't lie. Not after Friday. I peeled her fingers away. Gentle. You don't need a fake husband. You need his weapons gone. Go. 3 days later. Gala on every screen. Victor announced the acquisition. Natalia stood empty-eyed beside him. Marco's call. She's folding. No, she isn't. I drove. Jeans, boots, no tux. Burst in as she reached the mic. She saw me. Fear. Then steel. I built this firm. With people who value craft. She pointed. Kyson Miller. Taught me you can't paint over a weak foundation. Victor grabbed her arm. She tore free. Do not touch me. I am not merging. I am not marrying for leverage. She walked to me. Chin high. You came. I don't fold. Just slow with tuxedos. She kissed me. Fierce. Real. This is me. Choosing. Aftermath. Lawyers. Smoke. Board vote. She won. 2 weeks later, she walked into my shop in jeans, nice pants, uncomfortable. But Marco says approachable. New agreement. Partnership. 50-50. No leverage. You're giving equity. I'm investing. In the foundation. Also, dinner tonight. Not fake. A real date. 6 months on. Biggest hotel project won. Launch party. She left a senator mid-sentence. You look bored. I'd rather cut wood. 1 hour. Then home. Your drafty warehouse. She pulled out the gray tape, folded, kept. First time someone fixed something, no price. Just steady hands. She took my hand. Public. No hiding. Ready to go home. Partner. I squeezed. Lead the way, bum. Boss.